Hi everyone, this is Jason Zach from Nathaniel School of Music. In this tutorial, we are going to work out an exercise to master the second inversions of every single one of your major and minor triads. Why I chose second inversion? It's for an interesting reason. It's to promote voice leading between a major and a minor chord, and it's also a bit more unconventional than practicing chords with root position and maybe even first inversion. If you take, let's say, a C major chord, root position would be the root in the bottom, first inversion has the root on the top, while the second inversion has the root in the center. So that's what makes it a bit difficult to navigate or find or pinpoint, so to speak, because the root is in the middle of the second inversion. So it's going to be a chromatic climbing exercise. And it, as you heard in the intro video, it just goes on. And while you go through the process, you would have covered 12 plus 12 chords. That's 24, 12 major, 12 minor. And it's chromatic, but it's not non-musical. It's quite pleasant sounding because of the voice leading and the resolution between chord to chord. Okay, and while we go about the process, we are also going to understand the usage of major and minor thirds, which are again very, very important for the second inversion. Before we get started, it'll be nice if you can get your pianos or keyboards out, play along with me. I'll go very slow in the lesson, and if you still find it a bit tricky, you can always pause the video. And also consider getting my handwritten notes staff notation, which is available as a MIDI file, a PDF file on our Patreon page, as well as the handwritten notes. And also, it'll be a great support to our channel if you can consider hitting that subscribe and turn on the bell for regular notifications. Let's get cracking. So first off, how is the melody going to move forward? It's just going to move chromatically. So C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, and then C. We can even descend, but for this lesson, we'll just ascend. So to navigate smoothly through the lesson, it's important to ask yourself these questions. For example, if I take the C note, you need to ask yourself the question, C is the major third of which triad, and C is the minor third of which triad? C will be the major third of a major chord. It can't really be a major third of a minor chord, right? Because a minor chord has a minor third and a major chord, major triad has a major third. So C is the major third of. It might be a bit trickier than saying, oh, C is there in C major because it's the first of C major. C is also the perfect fifth of F major, right? But C is the major third of A flat major, correct? And the way this exercise is going to move forward, since it's the second inversion, that third interval or that third degree of that chord is going to be kept upstairs on the top end, thus creating thus forming the second inversion. So A flat major with C on the top. So you're asking yourself the question, C is the major third of A flat major. C is also the minor third of A minor. A's minor third is C. A flat's major third is still C. A to the C. It's also good to train your ear and sing this stuff. A flat to the C, A to the C, A flat to the C. A's minor third is C, A flat's major third is still C. So the exercise can go along either with block chords, major, minor, or you could even play a handy arpeggio. The arpeggio I like to play is the top note, then the bottom note, middle note, and the bottom again, and ring on or hold your high note. So that will be high, low, middle, low, low, middle, low, high, low. And if you'd like, you can reinforce the C, the target melodic note, if you will, by octaving or carbon copying it with your thumb in the right hand. So either you go, just block it, or arpeggiate with a high, low, middle, low. Reinforce the high. This will be a nice sound to go with. And now let's chromatically journey forward. But we don't do C, C sharp immediately. First off, C is part of the A flat major chord, A minor chord. So we are getting a major sound and a minor sound. Only then will we go to the C sharp. And now on C sharp or D flat, you ask yourself the same question. C sharp is the major third of A, right? A major's major third is C sharp. And C sharp is the minor third of B flat minor, perhaps, right? So you cling on to C sharp and play an A major, which will inevitably be in the second inversion, in order to push that third upstairs. All second inversions have their third on top. So major, minor, which is B flat minor. So far we have the C triads, A flat, A minor, A major, B flat minor, all in second inversion. And in the left hand, you might want to play the chord roots of each of these chords. A flat major, A minor, A major sticking on to A, B flat minor. So far I've already got 4 chords, 2 major and 2 minor. And it, I think, still sounds quite nice because it's good voice leading. What's next? I go to D, chromatic. So D is the major third of B flat. D is the minor third of B minor. So you have B flat major, B minor, B flat major, B minor. Now journey forward to D sharp or E flat. So you ask yourself, E flat is the major third or D sharp is the major third of the B, and D sharp is the, or E flat is the minor third of C. And you have those 2 chords with D sharp on the top. So you have B major. You could block it or do the pattern which I told you. And C minor. We've already got 8 chords going on pretty well for us, right? 8 chords is 1/3 of the way, come to think of it. So let's revise that. C, A flat major, A minor, C sharp, A major, B flat minor, D, B flat major, B minor, the D sharp or E flat, B major, C minor. Now let's chromatically move forward. E is the major third of C, and E is the minor third of C sharp. So I get a C major, C sharp minor, then go up to F, D flat. F is the major third of D flats. D flat's major third is F, or F is the major third of D flat. You could probably sing these sentences. It can be very helpful. F is the minor third of D's minor third is F, F is the minor third of the D. If you want to chromatically drop it down, F to D, D to F, F to D, bringing the pair of the F major chords, the major chords and the minor chords which have F on the top, or in the third position, D flat, D, D flat, D. Now F sharp. F sharp is the major third of the D. So F sharp with a D and or G flat and an E flat minor, they are enharmonics. Then you have G. G is the major third of the E flat. G is the minor third of the E minor. Then you go to G sharp or A flat. G sharp is the major third of the E, and G sharp or A flat is the minor third of the F minor. Then you go to A. So let me do the first 8. That will cover 2/3 of the way, right? So we'll start with C again. C, A minor, C sharp, A major, C sharp, B minor, D, B flat major, B minor, B major with a D sharp on top, C minor with an E flat on top, E with C major with an E on top, C sharp minor with an E on top, D flat major with an F on top, D minor with an F on top, D major with an F sharp on top, E flat minor with an E F sharp, also known as G flat on top, E flat major with a G on top, E minor with a G on top. Journeying forward, E major with a G sharp on top, F minor with an A flat on top, A, F major with an A on top, F sharp minor with an A on top, F sharp with a B flat or A sharp on top, G minor with a B flat on top, B, G with a B on top, G major with a B on top. Finally, G sharp minor with a B on top. And what's after B? We just end on C. So we started with C, and chromatically we end on the C. The good thing about this exercise is you're not looking or playing a melodic note and thinking, hey, it's that chord. Instead, that note is a third of the actual chord, which will have a different root, and its third would either be major. So a major chord would have a major third on top, in this case C major with E on top. A minor chord would have a minor third on top, in this case C minor with an E flat on top. So hope you get the idea. There's a lot going on, but in a nutshell, you have to practice your second inversions with major, minor, and move chromatically. And the patterns that we have for the practice, first of all, could be simple blocks. Then you could do the high, low, middle, low arpeggio. And then you can reinforce the top note of the right hand in the bottom with the thumb. Same pattern. goes on and on, right? It's a good workout for any level, and not just for a pianist. It's also good if you know this on the piano, or if you get acquainted with it soon enough. You can look at it more as a ear training exercise, and you can also look at these as good chord connection composition strategies. It's what I call as chord trees. You can check out a tutorial or two which we've done on YouTube. We leave it in the description. Chord trees is a good subject to work on to compose both diatonic as well as chromatic chord progressions. And I also have an app to practice chord trees, where you can, based on your skill level, you can pick a few notes, harmonize them using major minor chords or even advanced chords like minor 7 flat 5s or augmented or 7 sus4s, and then link them up and make a chord progression that you just might not be able to humanly think of, or the easy humanly thought of pop stuff is also there if you wish. So check out the app and check out the future videos on chord trees to understand the concept more. In this lesson, it was primarily an exercise to work out your second inversions chromatically, keeping the knowledge of major third and minor third running, and having an exhaustive study of every single major and minor chord. 12 major and 12 minor have been done in second inversion. Could you move forward from here and do the first inversion or root position, or do you have other variations for this exercise? Let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to hear from you. Okay, thanks a ton for watching the lesson, and do continue supporting us on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe. The like button helps our channel grow. The share button as well, and leave us a comment too. We definitely read through the comments, even though there are quite a few. And also the notes are waiting for you on our Patreon, along with the notation, MIDI file. And if you'd like a semester, consider joining Nathaniel School of Music at whichever skill level. We teach piano, guitar, and vocals. Thanks, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.